I have bought a 1JZ-GTE. Let me explain. I have made a mistake when it comes to the financials of doing a swap. One of my mates, Mark, he came down and he helped me understand how expensive a swap is. The 2JZ-GE was going to cost me 11,000 euros, including the engine itself. And that is to fully finish the swap and get it running. He showed me how much it's going to cost when it comes to just the 1JZ-GTE. And it came out to 7,700, including the engine. So it was a sort of a no-brainer, and it was the best option when it comes to saving some money. So I went and bought a 1JZ-GTE VVTi from JD and Distro down in our club. So yeah, there's not much of explanation. That's the reason I bought it. It's because it's cheaper to get it in. The deadline for this swap is mid-February. 1st and 2nd of March is the Drift Games Invitational in Mondello, which I already applied for. So hopefully the drift car will be ready for the event. Now, parts. Hello, boxes. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Right, anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to take that sump down. We're going to have a look and see how it looks in there. And then we're going to quickly mount on the brand new sump. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Ah, tasty. Japanese oil.
It's actually very clean in here. Nice. Yeah, we got it, boys. Clean up the surface for where it sits. That's dangerously close, actually, when I'm looking at it now. I don't like that. I don't like how that was on. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to clean all this surface up. Clean off the surface there. Check if I have any Durco, which I should do now. I think I do. I think I have some Durco. Anyways, we can at least put that on temporarily, loosely, just loose. I won't put in the actual funnel either. I won't put in the baffle. I'm just loosely, just so it's covered and no dust or nothing gets in there. And then tomorrow I'll run into the shop and get some Durco. Yeah. Right. Okay. So turns out I actually do have Durco. There we go. High temp. And high temp silicone. Right, so what I am going to do is I am going to do it off camera. I'm going to go put that back together. Put this, clean the surface. I already began cleaning, as a matter of fact, actually. Clean the surface. Put Durco on, put the rear sump on. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue off on Tuesday when we're fitting the engine. So what we're going to do now is cut to the clip on Tuesday.
It's currently, I don't know if you can see it. It's currently 5:20. We arrived at the shed now. Brain is not working whatsoever. We've got 4 hours sleep. We're going to pull out the E46. We're going to drop the E90 down. And we're going to move the 1JZ onto this engine stand. And at least we'll be ready then for when Mark comes down. He is currently actually on the way up here. One of the small issues that we had the previous day is that the dipstick wasn't going in. And when it did go in, it was pretty much pointing away from the engine. It's not the biggest of deals. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just bend this into shape exactly the way I want it to sit. So I'm going to just place it in the way that it sits in nicely, and then start bending it in the way I want it to sit. And hopefully we'll manage to get it to bolt on to the factory place. The turbo oil return line on a factory rear sump JZ. The oil return line comes down onto the top pan, which is somewhere here. But for this one, it comes in on the side. I don't know why. I actually don't know. I'll see if I have any hoses upstairs that I can just use as a return line, because at the end of the day it's low pressure, which makes no difference. Doesn't need to be a specific hose as long as it holds oil. That's it. And won't just deteriorate over time. I'm sure I have something. The worst comes to worst, I'll cut some pipes up that I have, and hopefully that'll work. So now we wait for Mark to come down, and then we crack on with the job. Jobs, more than one.
Okay, I'm shy, so turn the camera off. Alright, just give me some tools. I'll strip the intake side. You do this exhaust side. Also, when you're... Where's the rest of your tools?
Because more heat is well, actually.
Okay, where is actually your okay, here we go.
Everything's there. Whatever you need is there.
Okay, let's have a little race. Let's see.
Okay, which side do you want to take off?
I'm taking the intake. You can take the exhaust.
Right, so we're having a race on who's gonna strip which side quicker. I forgot to say.
I love rusty stuff.
Oh. Is there any way of just taking off all in one go? No? Look at this intake, what like glass.
Oh, you haven't dealt with twins yet. Yeah, I find getting into this fun. Come on.
Wiring everywhere. Ah,
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
bitch. I think I hate about that now. Okay. I have my first thing off. Damn it!
It's not like you can run down to your car parts and
Not anymore.
get a new one. Not anymore, not never.
Oh, it was minus in the morning with snow covering the track. I was a bit worried for her to come out and drive, but lucky enough she wasn't. And she got on grand. It was raining as well, which was a bit annoying.
Yeah.
And then me having to get used to the camera being out in public was joys. The worst part is there was nothing else up there.
Ooh. Really?
Nothing else. That was it. The one with the clutch fan was sold on it.
Person. I wouldn't own a car and just not give it abuse every day I start.
But the thing about these engines is you can't.
Like people have to like let them warm up, let them cool down.
That's every
You have to be
engine.
sideways and you're like, oh, temperature's starting to climb, let me relax a bit. Unlike
Okay, no, I understand that point now. That's valid.
I'd hop in my previous E90 and just
No, we're not going to test with it right now. you're going to ruin the surprise. Most important thing is we get it off the lift.
Yeah.
The lift.
The
See,
lift.
I wouldn't even bother editing that out. Just take it off. Get
Natural.
we get it off the engine stand, and then we need to start measuring up for the gearbox because we're going to test fit it with the gearbox on.
Yeah.
Because it'll be more useful information than putting the engine in, saying it looks cool, then taking it back out again, and then putting it back in again.
Then our gearbox is out the pasture.
If the distances work out here, then it makes sense because we can reuse this original mount. But if the distances are off, or we have to make a custom mount anyways, then it's not like. But hopefully we can reuse it.
So, this is considerably longer.
If we're at 590.
Oh.
So that's where the front of your gearbox lands.
I thought the angle and then it goes
It
back.
does go forward, if anything.
Well, once it goes in, will it not move back more? Or will it go straight down?
When it goes in, it just goes
You only
inward,
adjust
it
on the
goes
one
back.
side. You're not doing both.
Oh no, I'm just pulling this side.
Oh, okay.
Well, I could do both if I want, but like, we'll cross that bridge together. I'm only checking measurements.
Oh, okay.
Just to see where the back of the engine is going to land.
Oh, yeah.
So the back of the engine is going to be about there. That should be actually perfect. Now, you're going to have to modify your front. Because now you've gone back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're like 4 inches. 4 inches is a lot from where you
It's
work.
a lot, not 4 inches, a lot.
Is that a texture holding yourself together? Okay, come on, we have work to do. Is that a texture? Oh no, it's not. I don't like it being in 2 pieces.
Neither do I.
It's just asking for to them.
Yeah, I mean like. No, because I want to get a real close up on my Mickey, and I'm wondering if it could focus.
Okay, it did focus and now unfocus it.
Will it focus on something that's on?
It would if you like had enough time.
Yeah. Oh, I've got minutes. Okay, so you need to take that much off. Alright. So,
What's that much?
that much is 1, 2, 3, 4. Take like 5, 6 threads off each one.
You know, whenever you count up out loud, it just goes 1, 2, 56.
No, that's only gonna give someone a price. No, because it's about 4 threads, and then we go 6, just to leave a little bit of clearance between the end of the bolt and the flywheel. 6 threads off each one, so I need 8 of them. Thank you, stat. Okay, so
Right, recap,
Recap.
Of everything.
update. Gearbox is obviously considerably longer than the original 6-speed. So we have to move this original gearbox off back, which there is holes for, but the mount that goes here that carries the ZF in an E90 is different, and we don't have one.
Yeah.
So we need to modify this, and then we need to make brackets for that. I like this for pointing. It's nice.
it's good.
It's efficient. Like, it's also extendable. And we need to make brackets for back here to carry the back of the box. We've also found out that the prop is 4.5 inches too long, so we need to cut and weld the prop. You can go get that balanced.
Yeah.
Now we are currently measuring the back of the engine for distances between this and the front of the input shaft, because when we weld on the 2J bell housing, if we don't have this distance correct here, the clutch won't operate correctly.
Yeah.
The flywheel on these is very important because the flywheel carries the nose of the input shaft.
Yeah.
The spigot bearing is in the flywheel, unlike normally it's in the crank. So we need to get this perfect, and then it'll mean that you'll have a proper clutch pedal, you won't be eating through release bearings, and you'll have good engagement.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at. That's the recap.
Well, now we have to take measurements of. There's a lot going on here because we also need to make sure that the torque plate that came with the car, which we will be using for the starter motor because of this ring gear, is in the correct position when the flywheel is on. Now it's going to have to move back to allow for the flywheel to go on, which means we have to space back the starter motor the exact same amount. So we need to take measurements so we know how much to space things in and out.
Yeah.
And this being an E90 flywheel instead of the E46 one, which we usually use, the back of the flywheel is more ridged here, which means on an E46 one, this is deeper, so the flex plate just sits straight down and you've no gap here. On the E90 ones, this is more recessed. So we have to put a spacer in between this and the flex plate.
So there's no rubbing here.
So there's no rubbing here, so we're either going to have to modify the flex plate so that the center of it can reach this without the spacer, because we're also limited with how much we can space this out because of the end of the flywheel, or the end of the crank. This has to engage on the end of the crankshaft, otherwise it'll wobble. So we're just working through this at the moment, trying to figure out what's the best option for spacing and stuff like that, so that we can make sure it all bolts together properly. And your starter works, and that's kind of it. Recap, over now, let's go.
Over now, time to get some work done. Pretty much what I've been tasked with is grinding down notches or bumps that are coming up just like this. So I have to grind them nice and flat to make this a nice uniform circle-ish. I'm not too sure about this one if that's any good, but I might have to grind up and down a bit more and these ones a bit more. But I hope that's the end of it, because I do not want to do it. It's such a pain in the ass of a job. Metal dust everywhere, all over the floor. So yeah, we were grinding that because we wanted to make sure that it clears the flywheel, because when we put that bell housing over the BMW flywheel, it was touching, it wasn't allowing us to fully seat that in. But now that I've grinded that down, there should be enough clearance for us to mount that on. Yeah, so much work to do. We have a lot to get done. It's gonna be a long day. Box is on, bolted on, 3, 4 bolts, something like that. Engine car's coming down now. And we're gonna slide in the engine, the box in, prop it up.
Yeah, high energy.
High energy.
We're going to get the engine in, we're
I
going to
like
get
how
the
he made
gearbox
it sound
on.
like he didn't try to fit the box himself, and we were feeding him, juggling the engine around the base of the box.
Yep.
While I was eating soup, man.
Definitely that didn't happen.
No, no.
Definitely not. Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be a wonder. He'll ask one of them then, why are you here? I'm watching this video. Come on, I recommended you. Yeah, baby. Come on. Come on, stay on now. Yeah.
Pretty much almost touching.
Go on. Say you're pretty good there now.
One eternity later.
Right. We pick off from where we left off. And what we're doing today is going to be doing engine mount. We need to get the engine as straight as possible at the correct angle, and I'm going to make up the engine mount. What am I going to use as engine mount is box section. This is, now, might not be the best of options, but this is what I have here right now. So I'd say it will do for maybe an event or two. but that's all I have in here. That's what I'm going to be using. I'd say later on down the line, I will make up new ones that are stronger, if needs be. It is currently timestamp 1:30. It's 1:30 right now, so we're going to crack on with this. Close to my fingers. Wait. After you see me drill the holes, I went and test fitted it, and it still wasn't in the center. So I went and just re-drilled 2 more holes. So I just didn't even bother recording that. But as you can see, let me try to get some stable. It's center. It might not be down to the dot, but it is more center than it used to be. Now also the engine has to tilt back, so that will center up even more. So I'm allowing for wiggle room. So now what I have to do is I have to put the car back down. Put the car back down so we can start aligning the remaining. Now, as we can see, the engine probably isn't fully centered, but that's fine because we have to align it anyways. We just have to push it over a small bit to get it as center as possible because we're going off a reference line, which is that. That is the center line, center point of my chassis. Yeah. So we have to do a bit of maneuvering around here. Okay. No pressure is left. That's sitting on its own. Lads, we got it. That is center. That is center and balanced. We got it, boys. We actually got it. Look at that. I'm very proud of myself now. It's sitting on its own. The level is perfect. The rear bolt aligns and it actually does look center. Nice. That is just on the dot of 365. Now it's time to make engine mounts. Now, we have, you can see right over there, there is a plate. And the other plate is right here. These are laser cut engine mount plates from Flows in Galway. They were 25 quid, which is a very good deal for something like this. So we're going to bolt that on. We're going to bolt that on to the other side. We're going to tighten both sides down. Not too tight because there's no need, but just tight enough where the plate doesn't move. And then we can start fabricating engine mounts. I've had an idea where I'm going to be putting this box section something along the lines like that and connecting from here to here. Then a second option was I'm going to cover this back up, shove it on top like that, connect this to this here. That's one of my 2 options. Now, I don't know which way will be better. I don't know, especially that on this side, I won't really have that much room, as you can see, because this needs to be able to freely spin around. So I'm going to play around with a couple of ideas and hopefully I'll come up with something relatively quick. Okay, decision is made on how I'm going to tackle this. We're going to stand them up. I'm going to take this flat steel, I'm going to cut off a square at the bottom, perfect for this, and I'm going to weld it on like here. Okay, so that will be nice and thick. So then I'm going to drill a center point for which the engine mount is going to poke through, and we'll be able then to tighten it up from the top. So then we're going to have our leg coming into a 45, roughly 45. So then I can just easily notch a 45 into here, place it, weld tack it, spot on to take them off, weld them. Done. Finally, we are done. Engine mounts are made. Engine is sitting on its own weight also. Now, it's not the prettiest of jobs, but I'm 100% certain that it will do. The steering rack clears, you can turn the wheel left and right, and it's perfect. Even when you shift the engine, it's perfect. And loads of room there as well. Loads of room for activities. You could put another turbo in there. I'm joking, but no, I'm delighted with the progress today. Now, it might have been only 2 engine mounts, but this was my first time making an engine mount. I didn't have a clue where to even begin. So yeah, but we just pretty much did what I said at the beginning, which was make the little stock over here, followed by that rod there. That's pretty much it. But yeah, no, I'm super excited, super happy with how they came out. But yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know what to do. Thank you so much for the support on the previous videos. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy actually replying to the comments in the videos. It's quite a lot of fun. You never know what you're going to get in them. It's a lot of fun. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know what to do. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.